If you like this video, please consider making a donation to the American Cancer Society. I've included a link to our fundraising team in the description field of this video. A little in abundance is a lot, so any amount would be greatly appreciated. Hello again, my friends. Eric Pearson here. I hope you're doing well. And today I'm going to share with you an interesting survival and repair simulator called Tin Can. In this game, a reactor meltdown aboard your starship forces you to abandon ship in one of the escape pods. But you quickly find out that the systems aboard your escape pod are not as reliable as you'd like them to be, and it's up to you to make repairs and stay alive long enough until you can be rescued. Now this game is in early access, and there's some good news and bad news about this game. The bad news is that this game is crazy hard in its default mode. The good news is that they give you a tutorial, a sandbox mode, and a scenario editor so that you can adjust the difficulty up and down as you see fit. So in keeping with that, I'm going to use the classic rescue with the scenario editor. So this one, I'm going to call this 25 minutes at 25% damage, meaning 25% of the components aboard the escape pod will be damaged, and my goal is to survive for 25 minutes. I'm setting an evacuation time of 3 minutes, giving me a chance to grab some additional spare parts before I get aboard the escape pod. We will start with, like I said, 25% damage. There will be no missing components. That's one of the problems with the default scenarios, is you wind up missing parts and having to cannibalize from non-essential systems. That makes it very difficult. You have to make some hard choices there. I'm going to have 100% supply on my onboard spares and 100% in the supply closets that I can raid before I get into the escape pod. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to launch now. So I've got 3 minutes to grab as many parts as I can, so I have to make the most of it. Okay, just grab whatever I can. I can only carry 2 parts at a time. There is a sprint mode in running, but it's hard with the control scheme I've got, and this game does not have controller support yet. I hope that changes. I'm grabbing some spare on-off switches, a data cable, grab some power connectors. I'll organize these later. Grab a master caution. Better make it 2. There are master warning indicators in the spares closet, or in the spares drawers of the ship itself, but not cautions. Okay, in hydraulics, I'm going to grab a couple of pumps. We do have some spare pumps and filters, so 2 extra pumps should do. Electricals we're going to need. We're going to need some spare batteries. There are battery backups for various subsystems, and we want to have spares. Batteries can get damaged. We're going to need some power transformers. And one thing I always keep forgetting are fuses. We definitely want fuses. Okay, I've got about 30 seconds. I might grab a couple of more transformers if I can. Here's a transformer. Here's a large power connector in case I need it. Okay, 10 seconds to shut the door. And away we go. Techs in space. Okay, so we're on emergency lighting. Okay, here's the main computer. Alright, computer, give me some good news. Give me some good news. The main generator is offline. Well, that's not good news, but there's no need to panic yet, and I'll tell you why. You see this? This is the one piece of equipment that will not break, according to the manual. And if we look here, there are two needles. This is our power, this is our atomic pile temperature and pod atmosphere. The blue needle here shows how much power we need to run everything. The red needle shows how much power we have. And if we look closely, it is slowly climbing. So as the radioactive power source gets up to speed and gives us enough power, in fact, you can see the lights brightening a bit. Okay, our oxygen generator is offline. Okay, I need to open up life support and see what's going on. Come on. Okay. Whoa, it's not turned on. That's not good. Doesn't want to turn on. Okay, according to the manual, you can do a bypass by pulling the fuse, like so. I'm going to put this part over here. Now I'm going to see if it turns on. We'll replace the fuse in a minute. Bad power transformer, low oxygen, bad master alarm. Okay. We still have some oxygen. Alright. What do we say? Bad power transformer. Okay. I'll fix it. But first I got turned off. Pull out the transformer, put it over here. Grab from my spares. See what I mean about grabbing lots of spares? Okay, in you go. And we got a bad master alarm. Pull you out. Put you over here for the moment. Now for masters, we do have some spares on board. Let's look at electronic storage. Here's a master warning. Plug you in. Turn you on. Actually, do we have a fuse? Nope, I didn't put a fuse in. See what I mean? Gotta be careful. Okay. In you go, fuse. Okay, now let's try it. What do we got? Low oxygen atmosphere. Okay, that's alright. We can fix that. But first, I'm going to open this drawer. Our CO2 bottle is a little high, so what we've got to do is grab these two bottles, go over to our recycling station, grab two fresh bottles. We need oxygen to breathe, and then we've got our CO2 bottle to absorb the carbon dioxide. Okay, so let's close this up. How are we doing here? No error list. Let me acknowledge this warning and the caution. Now, what do we got here? I'm using the F key to change the channel on the display. We have a bad buzzer and a bad master alarm. Okay, not bad. Our pressure generator, bad master alarm, bad power connector, bad fuse, bad switch, and on battery. That's not good. Okay. We can live sort of without that for a minute, but first I want to check my temperature controls. We got multiple problems here. The display is a little messed up, but I can make out bad power connector, bad caution alarm, bad data, bad power transmitter. The thing is, if we don't maintain the temperature in the pod, the heat from the nuclear generator will kill us. So I've got to fix this next. So we've got bad power connection, bad caution alarm, bad data. Alright. There are some things I can remove without pulling power. Like, for example, the data cable. We can pull this out. So we'll put this over here. Did I grab a data cable? No, I didn't. But that's okay, because we've got some spares over here in electronics. Okay. Okay, gotta put the data connection in here. Sorry, I'm a little, Okay. Okay, that gives me a better read on what's going on. Bad power controller, bad caution alarm, bad power transformer. Alright, so I gotta cut power to this. Bad... Okay, power connector is here. Power transformer is here. These are both bad. Put them over here. Oh, almost forgot. I gotta get these recharged. That's better. Okay, so now I need a power connector, check, and a power transformer, also check. Okay. Power connector here, power transformer here. Now let's turn it on. Bad caution alarm. It's probably throwing me a master alarm because it's over 30 degrees Celsius. That may calm down after it cools down. That's okay for now. Alright. Let me close this up. Okay, our pressure regulator. That needs some attention. Alright. Let's open this up. It also says here, dirty filter and low pump. Notice when I blew on the filter, we've also got on battery, probably because of the bad power connections. Okay. Alright, so power connection, fuse, switch. I'm going to have to turn this off for a moment. So I'm going to do that now. Power connector, fuse. Got a fuse, got a power connector. Hey. Now let's see what that gives us. Bad master alarm and bad switch. Okay. Alright, so let's pull out these. Put them over here. So we need a switch. And we need a master alarm. Okay, master alarmers in electronics. Okay, error list is now empty. And it's powered on. This battery's a little low, because it was on battery for a while. Okay, tell me your story. Bad buzzer, bad master alarm, dirty filter. Okay. Let's blow on that. Okay, let's close this up for now. Alright, we're at 21C. Let's acknowledge this. Okay. Alright, I think we can breathe a sigh of relief for a moment, so, shoo! But wow, we've got a lot of dead parts over here. We may be able to fix some of those. We'll get to that in a minute. Alright, if we look over here, this is our rescue beacon timer. It tells us how much time we have before we get rescued. So we've got about 15 minutes, not bad. Okay, this is doable. Alright. So let's look at the computer. This is the main computer. Now in some scenarios, you don't get a main computer and you have to look up diagnostic codes out of a manual that are reported by the individual systems. Here we just have a bad buzzer. What have we got here? Bad buzzer, bad master alarm. Okay. We can deal with that. Alright. Let's start making some more repairs. Bad buzzer, bad master alarm. So, let's pull the master alarm out of this. Seem to be going through a lot of those. Okay, let's open up our electronics here. There's another master. Yep. And we want a buzzer. So here's the buzzer here. Pull that out. Put in the pile over here. Grab a buzzer from over here. Okay. Error list is clear here. Alright, that's good. Alright, let's look over here. What have we got? Bad buzzer. Okay, this is our logic components drawer. Another bad buzzer. Go over to our spares drawer. Grab another buzzer. Over to the computer again. Okay, good. Close that up. Now how are we doing? Okay, clear on the error list here. Alright. Okay, 13 minutes to go. Still doing alright. How's our temperature control? Holding at 21 Celsius, which is about 70 degrees. Okay, bad caution alarm. Let's pull you out. Let's take one of our caution alarms. Okay, that's better. Okay, pretty good. So, as you can see, we've got a pretty sizable pile of parts here. Now, these are the parts that we rated from storage. We got an on-off button. We can put that in the drawer. Actually, no, we don't have any room for that. In fact, the only thing we have space for are the batteries. So what I'm going to do is go over to our battery drawer and open that up. So, battery here. Here's another battery. And then we've got some other odds and ends here. Alright. And speaking of batteries, I noticed that certain batteries were a little low. What do we got here? Dirty filter and low pump. Okay. That's better. Let's grab this battery and take it to our charger over here. Now, we can quickly charge this battery, but it will induce a bit of a load on the system. I believe the instruction manual said that doing fast charges on the batteries on unfused pieces of equipment will damage them, which is why running without fuses is a bad idea. If I didn't explain it before, the equipment aboard ship has a special circuit that allows things to run without a fuse, but it's not ideal. Alright, let's... Okay, so we're good on battery here. Again, this is battery backup in case anything happens with main power. Battery on this one's okay, but our bottles, I think, are getting full. Let's grab the CO2 bottle. Yep, oxygen's getting low, too. Let's Swap these guys out. Oops. That's better. And let's swap these guys back. So this little recycler pulls the oxygen out of the carbon dioxide and recycles it back into usable oxygen. I'm guessing the carbon gets put somewhere else. Alright. So we've got a lot of dead parts over here. So I'm going to start by taking our intact parts and just trying to put them on the seat here. That's better. Okay, so all our good parts are on the seats. These are all of our bad parts. So while we're waiting, I'm going to demonstrate the repair system. We have this little cabinet over here. It's our repair station. I can open up a part, put something in it, and it will tell me how many replacement parts I need to fix this. Like, for example, I have a master warning indicator. I can pull this out, and I can grab another damaged piece of equipment and turn it into usable parts that I can use to repair that. Like, for example, I know I've got a decent supply of fuses already in the spares cabinet, so I can put this in here, close it up, and hit the dismantle button. Okay, so now I have 21 current parts that I can use. So now I take my little master warning indicator. Now I have a green light so I can repair this. So repair in process. Ding. Okay. So I can take this and put it back in my electronics storage here, like so. So we've got 2 master warnings. I think we've got some caution indicators here, at least 1 that I can put back in here. Alright, so let's take a tour. Hello. No, nothing wrong on the error list here. We're in good shape here. What do we got here? Doing pretty good. How much time before rescue? 7 minutes. Oh. Yeah, I think we're good on the... We don't have any errors here. Still holding at 21 Celsius. That's good. I suppose in the interest of being tidy, I can close this up. I may need to blow on the filters again. Let's open this up. And if we look over at our panel here, reactor temp is good. Power levels are good. O2, CO2, nitrogen, atmospheric pressure, internal temperature, and breathability. We're in pretty good shape. So while we're waiting, as I've often said before, everything reminds me of something. And I have to say that this game reminds me of a made-for-TV sci-fi movie from the early 1990s called Lifepod. It was a retelling of Alfred Hitchcock's movie Lifeboat. And it was an interesting movie. It was harrowing in points, had some excellent acting from Ron Silver, Robert Loggia, CCH Pounder. It was a good movie, and you might still find it around on various streaming services and rentals, so I recommend it. Do we have any error messages over here? No? Okay, we're in good shape so far. Sometimes we're not always lucky, though. There are times when electrical fires break out, and that forces me to use the extinguisher here. I've not seen it yet, but in certain scenarios, you get meteoroids puncturing the hull, forcing you to use the leak filler. About 5 minutes to go. Now over here we have a couple of cabinets here. These are the main lights with some power parts in it, and there are also emergency lighting. In fact, in some of the more difficult scenarios, raiding the emergency lights cabinet for parts is a common tactic. Also, while we're waiting, let me pull up the technical manual. So it contains all kinds of information. It describes the various onboard systems. And as I said before, if your main computer doesn't work, you can rely on various diagnostic codes like these. And these codes and error messages can tell you possible causes and consequences. So this information is very valuable in a crunch. So how much time have we got left? 3 minutes. I think there's a good chance we're going to survive this. Let's check our atmospherics. Getting a little low on oxygen. Okay. Alright, so let's go through it. Blow on the filters. Blow on this filter. Grab the CO2, grab the oxygen. Going up. Oxygen for you. CO2 for you. Oh, gotta reload this. Good. So here's a funny real-life story. If you go back to the early 1980s, during the Falkland Islands War between the United Kingdom and Argentina, the HMS Sheffield was hit by an Exocet missile launched by Argentinian forces, forcing the crew of the Sheffield to abandon ship. As the surviving crew was rescued aboard the HMS Arrow, one of the officers decided to boost the morale of the Sheffield's crew by leading them in a singing of Monty Python's "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life." That actually happened. Always look on the bright side of life. Ooh-doo, do-do-do-do-do-do. Sorry, I can't whistle as well as my coworker. He's pretty good at it. How are we doing over here? No errors. So I have to say, on this run we've been fairly lucky because all of the various failures we were able to get out of the way quickly. How much time have we got left? Okay, less than a minute. So in about 40 seconds, assuming nothing disastrous happens, by then we should be rescued. I suppose I should close this door. Try to keep things tidy. Okay, let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're saved! Thank you, giant space muffler! So there it is, a first look at Tin Can. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like or subscribe if you get a chance, and join me next time. Eric Pearson, signing off.